Hi guys. Today I want to take a minute and go over the drill press. But first, we need to talk about shop safety before you use this or any other piece of shop equipment. First thing you need to do is remove any jewelry. You should also tie back long hair, secure any loose clothing, make sure that you're wearing closed-toed shoes, and most importantly, wear these safety glasses marked with the Z87 stamp. Most of us are familiar with the hand drill. Most of us have used this at some point doing something, putting screws in, drilling a hole to hang something on the wall. This is very different than the drill press in that this, when I move it by hand, it can go in any direction that I hold it. The drill press only goes up and down. Okay? So for today, I'm going to show you and name some of the most important parts, show you how to set up, show you how to operate, and show you how to shut down the drill press. So let's take a tour of the drill press. The drill press and the hand drill essentially do the same thing. The drill press has the big advantage in that it only drills straight up and down. This is the feed lever. This is where you pull. This is the chuck. So the feed lever lowers the quill down, which holds the chuck, and that's what actually does the drilling. This is the table. Note the table has a sacrificial insert over the middle, and that all of these holes should have been prevented by using a separate piece underneath. And I'll show you that in a minute. Continuing on. The on-off switch is right here. This is the LED RPM readout. Right now it reads 0 because the machine is turned off. As you come over here, this lever will turn the drill press speed either up or down depending on if you turn it clockwise or counterclockwise. But be aware, you only change the speed while the drill press is running. This bar right here is the depth stop. It controls how far down the drill press will go. If I move this down, it locks it in place. And note that no matter how I pull, I can't make it go further than that. This is great if you have a series of holes that you only want to go halfway through a piece. Continuing back here, this is the table clamp, and this lever raises and lowers the table. Now, as you set this up, once we put a drill bit in, you'll raise the piece up so that you only have to travel through about an inch of space. So, we'll begin setup, but first we're going to talk about drill bits. So, in our shop, the two main types of drill bits that we have for drilling into wood are the twist drills and the Forstner bits. Twist drills come in a variety of sizes. They come as small as a 32nd of an inch, and I have them all the way up to a half an inch, stepping up every 64th of an inch. Forstner bits start out at about a quarter of an inch and step up about every eighth of an inch, and you can get them all the way up to 2.5 to 3 inches. The bigger they are, the more expensive they get, so we don't have some of the really, really big sizes. But the nice thing about the Forstner bit is that it will drill a clean, smooth bore hole. The twist drill, on the other hand, will drill through all wood. It'll even drill into metal, plastic, you name it. But they don't always leave the cleanest hole, and they're harder to find in really large sizes. And the bigger they are, they don't really work in wood very well. They're more designed to drill into metal or other hard things. So, depending on what type of operation you're doing, depends on the drill bit that you pick. Now, we're going to use this Forstner bit, and I'll show you how to set that up. So, in order to put the drill bit in, we first need to loosen the chuck. And the chuck loosens by turning it clockwise. It moves the jaws up so that you can put the drill bit in. Then you turn the jaws counterclockwise to tighten it. Once you have that done, put one hand on this knurled piece, put the other hand on the other knurled piece, grip the top one, turn the bottom one counterclockwise. And the reason you want to do that is so that it's snug in there. If you just get it finger tight, there's a chance that when you go to drill into something, this stops moving and it'll wear out the top of the bit. If that happens, turn the machine off, make sure you get the drill bit out of the wood, and retighten things. If it keeps happening, then please come find me. Alright, once you have the drill bit in, the next thing you need to do is put a piece of scrap wood underneath where you're going to be drilling. What this does is prevents all the damage that I showed you earlier on the top of the table. Everyone thinks, oh, they're going to hit it. But sometimes you have to move this table over in order to get it so that you can clamp your work down securely. So we'll put this piece down. Next, we're going to mark where we want the actual drill bit to contact. We put an X on there, and then we line it up. You can use the laser, but because students use this, the laser isn't always accurate. Now, as you're setting things up on the drill press, I can have the long hand on this right-hand side, or I could turn it around and have the long side on the left-hand side. A better option is to have it on the left-hand side, so that if this piece somehow breaks free of the clamp, it swings this way away from the operator. If I have it here on the right, there's a chance it comes through the operator zone, and it's not going to feel very good. It could actually really, really hurt you. So we line that up so it's close, and I'm going to move this over so that we can clamp it down a little bit better. And then you actually want to bring the drill press down to where you can operate it. And that's close. And so we will line that up there. And then it's a little bit off of that line. Next, we want to take a clamp and clamp our work down. There's spots under the table where you can grip this. Now, these clamps work by pinching down here on the end, and you just very easily clamp that in place and make sure that it didn't move. And I'll show you. Now, as we get this close, again, we have too much space here, so we want to bring that whole table up so that we only have about an inch that we're going to have to drill through. It just limits the amount of motion that it has to go through in order to drill the hole. So we'll go ahead, line this up. We can move that a little bit, but it lands where it needs to. Now we're ready to start drilling. Now, before we start drilling, we need to set the drill press speed. But in order to do that, we need to turn the machine on. But a note on speeds. This will tell you how fast it's going. We don't know how fast it's going to go until we actually turn it on. But with the drill bits, the larger the bit, the slower the speed. Therefore, the smaller the bit, the faster the speed. This being about an inch, and it's being into something soft, we can go around 1,000, 1,100 RPMs just fine. But if you're using a very little drill bit like this into something very hard, then you're going to want to use a much faster speed. And so we will turn that up or down accordingly. So in order to do that, we turn the machine on, and then we watch the readout. I'm reading at 1,083 RPMs, which for this is just fine. But if you needed to turn it up, you can turn it away, and the speed goes up. If you needed to slow it down, you turn it the opposite way, and we'll turn this back down to about 1,100 RPMs. Now, in order to drill the hole, one, we make sure the depth stop is all the way out of the way so that we can drill as deep as we want to. If we wanted to stop it, we'd set the depth stop down about here, but you do that prior to turning it on. Next, grab the handle, pull down, drill the hole. When you're done, turn it off and wait for it to stop moving. Now, once you're finished, make sure that the drill bit is cool. Sometimes they get very hot as you're drilling through things. Step number one, take the clamp off, put it away. Step number two, take your project away, put it away. Then let's take the drill bit out. It comes out the opposite of the way it went in. Grab the bottom, turn it clockwise, bit comes out, flip that away, and then lastly, take a brush and sweep the tabletop off to make sure that there's no debris left. When you're done, turn off any lights, and you're finished using the drill press.